Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I thought I would make a bit of a different video today just to break up the island building a little bit. I want to talk about all my previous islands and which ones I like best. Now I saw Kato do this on her channel and I just knew I had to rate my islands as well. I have made a total of 8 islands with DAs that you can still visit, and yeah, I can't believe it. There's so many islands. I will be including my newest island, Primrose, today since it is finished and you've all seen it, and I hope you've all visited. These will be listed in order of my least favorite first to my absolute top favorite island that I've created, and it really hasn't been an easy decision to make, I can promise you that. Now I know there was a couple of islands I'd never finished, like the winter one and the tropical one, and I won't be talking about those today since they don't have DAs and no one's able to visit them or anything like that, so it was unfair to count them in this list of mine. But before we get started with this list, I'd love it if you could like, comment and subscribe. Come and join the Jellybean family. Now let's start off with island number 8. Welcome to Jellybean Jungle. Now, some of you probably have never ever seen this island because I didn't build this island on YouTube. I built this over on Instagram, so you might have seen some pictures. This is my first island I have a DA for. I mean, technically it's not my first island because I did build a Kidcore Island first before this, but I overwrit that Kidcore Island with this jungle one because I didn't know that if you restarted the game, you get to keep the DAs. So that's why this one's here and the Kidcore one isn't. But yeah, this is Jellybean Jungle. I had so much fun building this one. It really was a test for my terraforming skills. There's a lot of terraforming on this island. There's a lot of water terraforming as well. So it did take a really long time to do. Why this is my least favorite island though out of all my islands is it's because it took so long to place so many trees and bushes and flowers, and I was basically getting really bored by the end of it and my heart wasn't really in it to finish the island, and some areas just feel a bit rushed and unloved. But saying that, there is some really amazing stunning views that I managed to create on this island that I'm super proud of. This island has 4 resident rep houses, which is insane because I decorated them all and I don't know how I managed to do it. I struggle to even decorate one nowadays, plus the 10 villagers, so I'm super proud of myself for doing that. Now the DA is at the bottom of the screen if you do wish to visit this island. I'm sure if you're doing a jungle core island you might be able to get some inspiration somewhere from this island, even though it's set before the 2.0 update. Now I do have some really awesome villagers on this island. I loved having Audie and Lyman, they were super duper cute, and yeah, I have some favorite areas as well, so I'll show a few of those areas off. This area is behind Audie's house and you can see the T-Rex fossil behind, and I really like how it looks like it's really big compared to the waterfall that I've done in the background. And then this area also has a dinosaur fossil, and it's the big tall-necked one, which I can't remember what it's called, in the background along the river, and I was obsessed when I done this. So yeah, super happy with how these 2 viewpoints look especially. Now let's move on to island number 7. Now I feel really harsh putting this island so low down on the list, but I have my reasons. I was rushing so much to get this island finished and felt I could have done so much more with it. I was trying to get it done for Halloween because it was a full Halloween island. It was after my Kidcore one, so I literally had a month to create this. There's not many videos on it on YouTube, but I did record some builds for YouTube, so if you're interested in seeing any, you will find them in the full island playlist. Now there is some really nice cozy areas on this island and I love those, but the rest of it just feels so unloved to me and unfinished. Walking around now I can see so much potential for certain areas, and I really wish I hadn't set myself a Halloween day deadline because maybe it would have turned out better and been higher on my list today. But despite that, there are some really good builds on this island that I'm really proud of. I love the challenge of attempting the fake buildings craze, and that was all thanks to Tropicitch, which I used a lot of Tropicitch's amazing design codes. And yeah, it's just a shame that it felt so rushed, and I ended up not liking this island by the end of it purely because I was rushing it. But who knows, maybe I will try this theme again one day and it will come out so much better. Now as for villagers, I really enjoyed having some of the almost most fall type villagers like Bunny, and I think I had a squirrel, and I had Mallory and things like that. And I had Butch as well, which I loved Butch. Butch was amazing. Speaking of Butch, his gas station and Nook's Cranny was probably my favourite area I built on this island, and I did make a video for it, so if you're interested, go check it out. Now we should move on to island number 6. So this might come as quite as a shock to some of you that you're seeing Glimmer so low down on this list, since I've not long just finished this island, but unfortunately compared to some of the other islands I have made, Glimmer isn't my favourite. Don't get me wrong, there are so many parts of Glimmer that I adore and I'm super happy with, but overall Glimmer felt too messy in places for me. I think the overuse of so many flowers and being restricted with items because I wanted to keep this as fairy core and kid core as possible really didn't help while I was building this island. Towards the end I could feel myself getting bored on the constant flower placing and making sure everything looked colourful but magical at the same time, and it really took a toll on me. But that doesn't mean I don't like Glimmer. Like I said, there are so many areas I adore and feel they came out exactly as I envisioned them, and that's the part I love about this island. I wish I'd taken some more time to decorate all of the interior of the villager houses, but that's okay, I'm learning from that for future islands, and I may do a similar theme to this in the future. Now my favourite villagers on this island have to be Sasha and Mary. I think they're so cute, but I do really like Cleo as well. I loved all the villagers in the end on this island, and I loved how super magical they made the whole island feel. Now as for favourite areas, I do have a few. This area has to be my favourite. I just love that it has my island name and then a beautiful funfair and castle in the background. But now on to island number 5. So here's my island, Green Bean. Green Bean is an abandoned farm core island, and I like to call this my little hidden gem. Not many people know about this island or even saw much of this because I didn't really post many builds on it, and I didn't really post much on Instagram. I kind of did it really quickly and just didn't post much of it. I really did get carried away building this island. I really did enjoy it, but there is a few things that put this island in the 5th spot. There are a few things that I would change. I would like to have added more farming areas and also more fake buildings, but I found myself running out of space, and I think that's due to the bad layout. I don't really like the layout of this island at all. I don't feel like it flows very well, which is really sad. I feel like you can get lost on this island, even I get lost, so I'm sure other people do as well, which is so upsetting. Like I said, I wish I took more time to plan the layout better. But then saying that, there is some really awesome areas that I really do love, and I really do love the villagers I had. I had some really cute villagers like Alma and Ketchup, Tipper, Patty, Weber. Do you know what? There were some cuties, okay? Maybe go visit the island and you can meet them for yourself. As for some favourite areas, I definitely really enjoy this Nook's Cranny and my little retro abandoned gas station that I made. They're probably my favourite areas on this island. But now let's look at island number 4. So this is my Kidcore Island, my first island I built on YouTube. This island is number 4 because it means so much to me. It's, like I said, it's what kickstarted my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm so happy with how this island came out. Yes, this is the 4th island to be called Jellybean, and I realise now that naming all my islands Jellybean isn't ideal, even though I love the name. I love all the colours on this island. It truly makes me smile when I walk around. This island makes me want to do another traditional Kidcore Island, I'm not gonna lie, and I probably will at some point very soon. There are so many areas on this island I just love, and I would like to recreate them in the future on another island with the 2.0 update, of course, because this was pre 2.0. Don't get me wrong though, there is a lot of areas on this island that I could also improve. I find it very easy to just add flowers and pointless stuff to areas when I'm doing Kidcore Islands, and that sometimes can make the area look really messy. I would definitely like to get out of the habit of just putting random things down just because they're colourful, so that's definitely what I would take on board when I do my next Kidcore Island. I loved all the villagers on this island. I love Henry especially, he's such a cutie. I love Mitzi, Dizzy, there's just so many. I really enjoy my resident area where most of my houses are, so I definitely would love to recreate that section. But other than that, I just adore this island. The Teddy Bear Island is definitely one of my favourite areas on this island, and also you can't go wrong with a rainbow bridge, can you? Oh, sweet pretty sunflower, you were only meant to be a little fun filler island while I decided what my next big island project was going to be. And look, here you are at number 3. Sunflower turned out surprisingly adorable. It turned out to be a favourite as well amongst some of you guys, and I can see why. I think it was because it was so different and random. I love sunflower. It came out so much prettier than I imagined. I was originally going to have fake buildings on this island and make a little retro city, but instead I opted for this more natural spring core town island instead. If you don't know what sunflower is a spring retro core type island that I set in cherry blossom season so that the trees stayed pink. Sunflower is by no means the most technical or the most amazingly terraformed island that I have made, but it was one of the most simplest and cozy I have done. I love all the colours together, the orange, the yellows, the pink, they just work so well, and I'm gonna always forever love this island. As for the villagers, they are probably some of my favourite villagers that I've ever had. I had Bob, I had Dom, I had Chief, I had so many cuties, and they're all just perfect, and I decorated all of their houses. As for some of my favourite areas, there are a few on this island that I'd like to share, like this flowery walkway. I love walking under these to get to another location on my island. It just feels so magical and beautiful at the same time. But my favourite area has to be this beautiful land bridge. It's just so amazing to walk along. It looks so pretty. I have just finished island number 2 and I'm in love with this island. This is my Grandma Core Island, Primrose. I don't know what it is about this island. Is it the fact it's sweet little grandma island, or is it the fact that it's based on my home country? I don't know, but I adore it. But what I do know is I didn't want this island to end. Every single build I've made on this island has a cozy vibe about it, and I have put so much love into this island. I'm surprised it didn't take my number 1 spot. Now on this island I decided I only wanted to do water terraforming, and so most of this island is flat. At first I thought it was a bad idea and I would miss terraforming the land, but I don't regret it one bit. Primrose feels so natural and so town-like, and all at the same time it feels like I'm in the countryside. I managed to use less flowers on this island and focus more on items instead, and I'm really happy with the results. My favourite villagers on this island have to be Punchy and Olive and Ava. I think they're such cute villagers, and I never would have thought that I would really love having a chicken on my island, but I do, and she's the best. As for favourite areas, I really do love my neighbourhood, but I've got to say I love this little fish and chip shop. I also really like the ice cream shop I built. I just love this island. Can I not just have the whole island is my favourite bit? If you've been following my channel for quite some time, you'll know my number 1 spot belongs to my Halloween Kidcore Island, you guessed it, named Jellybean. Now my number 1 spot couldn't really go to any other island in my eyes. My Halloween Kidcore, I adore every single tiny little square of this island. It's so much fun building it, and loads of you guys enjoyed touring it. Halloween is my favourite time of the year, and to combine that with possibly my favourite theme of all time, Kidcore, was just the best ever. I love all the colours, I love the brightness, I love the fun, the spookiness is all here. It ticks every single thing in my book, and I cannot wait to do some more Halloween islands this year. I think all my villagers on this island were my favourite and just perfect, but what I love the most about this island is all the pumpkins. I literally went all out with this island. I chucked colour here, colour there, pumpkins here, pumpkins there. We've got pumpkin lakes, we've got hay mazes, and yeah, there's just everything you could ever want in a Halloween Kidcore Island on this island. So that's why it's my favourite. So there we have it. That's all my 8 islands that I've ever fully completed, rated in a list. It's obviously my personal list. You obviously all have your opinions as well. If you like, let me know what order you would put these islands in and what one would be your favourite. Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up for me. Also, comment down below, even if it's just hello. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Come and join the Jellybean family. Hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, my friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!